such a good point. Stifling of creativity with this framework. Well, let me add another element of motivation to that, which is also the notion that you are responsible for your success and your failure, i.e., that you have no one else to blame in this world if things go south. And you know what? If things work out, well, you know that you had a part to play in that. You
So
know.
that's true. That's true, but I don't think everybody gets to think that way. Maybe people don't ever get to think that way. So, is that something that you feel like you've been wired with from day one, or have you had to sort of evolve that thinking and rewire your stories internally to have
Mm.
that mindset?
Well, look, I've been blessed, man. When I look at my life, and while I've been through like everybody enough shit, to realize that life is real and not everything is rosy. I mean, if you can see closely, I don't have all this gray hairs like a few years ago. But I think I've been blessed that my family and friends have always supported my vision. I've been blessed that, you know, I always had a home and parents who would, feed me if I needed it. I've been blessed that my ex-wife is still a very dear friend of mine, put up with me for so long as I pursued this journey, and still wishes me all the best with it. I was so fortunate that one of my best friends came on board with some capital when we needed it, and came on board to help grow the business. So, having said that, I've also been on the other side where, you know, both my family faced financial difficulties and I got financially wiped out due to a failed acquisition. Mm. And I realized that, yeah, man, end of the day, you got to learn to trust the universe, especially if what you do, you believe that it is helping make a difference to some bigger agenda than yourself. I think that's another important part of that motivation, right? That, while on one side, I know if you measure impact by the amounts of megawatts or amounts of dollars that you deploy, I'm sure I could be deploying a lot more solar working for a large corporation who is a big independent power producer with a huge development team and hundreds of millions of dollars and big salaries and nice planes to fly around and stay in hotels, while versus the life I've been leading, going budget airlines, Airbnb, sleeping on couches to get to that big meeting the next day, but the cheapest cost possible. But I realized, yes, if you measure impact in terms of megawatts, which is my units, my business, yeah, I'm probably having a lot less impact than I could. I don't really measure impact like that. I don't necessarily measure impact by the numbers of dollars deployed or how big my dig is versus yours. I measure impact with, you know, are you making a difference in more people's lives around you, right? Number one. Are you growing, right? Are you contributing to your industry, to your community, to your fraternity? Uh, are you helping other people, right? Are you allowing the world to help you? Are you facilitating exchanges of value? Are you sharing knowledge? Are you bringing one cultural best practice and applying it to another place, being that bridge between them, right? So I think from that measurement of impact, I think I'm fortunate to say that I've made a pretty good impact so far in my little world, um, and I think that's what keeps me going. You know,
And I think
that's when I wake up.
that's everything, right? Like I think having that why that's deeper than just yourself. Because a lot of people, you ask them why do you do what you do, and they either A, don't know, B, they do, but the answer is surface level, like, you know, I can make X amount of money or buy shitloads of stuff, or it makes me feel good, which is it's about the me all the time, which is
Mm,
great.
mm,
But it's super interesting that your narrative immediately wasn't about me. It was about how you can contribute and impact
mm.
the world around you. Because I think ultimately that's what leaders do.
Yeah,
Whether you
but the
want to,
truth is, look, yeah, but I don't. It sounds a bit too leadery there. I mean, the truth is, look, that's what fulfills me. So ultimately, I'm still doing it for myself.
fine.
So I would lie to myself if I said, "Hey, man, I'm just doing it to create it." No, creating impact and making a difference and helping change people's mindsets and making shit happen and bringing people together, united around a common cause and a larger vision, and creating more sum of parts. That fulfills me. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel that hey, I'm doing something with my life, right? And as an example, okay, I'm in India right now because last week I was conferred uh, an award as recognized as a 50 global green leader, right? Um, Now, if I look at my bank balance, uh, it's pathetic, right? I don't have savings. I don't have medical insurance. Uh, I don't have a cushy nest egg somewhere. I don't have all of that. I don't have, daddy's money. Uh, and I don't have the investment money anymore because we fucked that up 7 years ago and lost it. Expensive learning lessons. But so, look, by that measure, I'm a failure. I'm okay to accept that. I'm okay to say that. It's okay. By the yardstick that society defines on us in that particular sense, financially, let's say, because let's not ignore, you know, financial success is also a measure of success of the business model, of the ability to compete, the ability to win. So we can't detach the competitive capitalistic side of what we do, right? We all want to make fucking money. Let's not have disillusion. However, if I look at another yardstick in terms of every time that I speak on these stages to groups of 300 people, full of people in suits and ties, you know, talking about solar or wanting to be part of solar or the clean energy revolution, I know that I stir people's minds and hearts. I know that I'm able to create an emotional, endearing connection with a freaking solar panel, you know. But why? Because it's not about the fucking panel or the rooftop or the goddamn cost savings. It's about the fact that all of us as humanity have a democratized source of energy that belongs to all of us. There's no oil rights on my sunshine and your sunshine. And me using this sunshine doesn't make it any less for you, right? And sunshine is free. It's forever. And the day the sun stops shining is the day humanity perishes. So for me, that's what an entrepreneur is. The problem that I see is we don't have enough power in our world. Power is expensive. Generating power is at the expense of raping our planet. It doesn't make any sense to me when we have this source of sunlight and power shining down every day. Fuck, we complain about how hot it is. We burn more fossil fuel energy to create more air conditioning, to cool our homes because of the energy that's been given to us for free is something we're not fucking harnessing. I mean, how ridiculous. And when I see such a problem and such a solution, and clearly not enough people doing something about it, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm going to do something about it. And maybe I'm not deploying 700 megawatts like my big government linked competitors. But you know what? We're still putting up panels on rooftops where they weren't any. We're still helping investors deploy capital. We're still creating attractive returns. We're still following the agenda of my country and our region and our national renewable energy targets. Right? So I think that's what it is. When you see an injustice being done or a perfect solution right in fucking front of you and nobody doing enough about it. I think that's the real true motivation of an entrepreneur. And the truth is, Ashley, when I first got into it 10 years ago, I didn't know my ass from my elbow. I didn't really know why I was doing it. It's only now that I've physically given up everything, and I've chosen to do it. It's not that I'm so dumb and so blind
That's
or so
yeah.
stupid that I lost everything around me because I'm just, a dumb guy. No, I'm not dumb. And I've consciously traded off and given up certain things that for most people would seem insane. Most people would not think it okay to give up a steady source of income, to give up a home, to not give up a marriage, but to recognize that I have to let it go in order for me to continue with what I believe my real purpose is on